Now, to make up an income statement, remember in review, the income statement lives over in the retained earnings section, except for dividends. So our income statement looks like this. We've got revenue, cost of goods sold. We got our gross margin or gross profit, which is revenue minus cost of goods sold. We've got our rent expense and we got our wage expense. We've got net income of 7. So just check over this to make sure that you're comfortable that this is the income statement. Now we're going to make a cash flow statement. Remember, the cash flow statement lives in the column on the left, which is cash, which shows the change in cash for the period. And if we arrange that cash flow statement, we began with $31,000 in cash. We had cash flow from our operations at 2, which consisted of the cash that we got from our customers, less the cash payment that we made to our supplier or our vendor, less our cash wages payable. And then finally, we have a cash flow from financing, which is the dividend, which gives us ending cash. So looking at again at our performance measures, which are net income and cash flow from operations, in the first year, remember, we had net income of $3,000, cash flow from operations of $8,000, so accruals were a minus $5,000. And then just summarizing from above, in the second year, we have net income of $7,000, cash flow from operations of $2,000, so our accruals were $5,000 for the year. And then if we total these across, we see that we have net income of $10,000 equals cash flow from operations, and accruals sum to 0 over the 2-year period. And this illustrates in a sort of toy example a very important concept, which is over the life of the firm, net income is going to equal to cash flow from operations. So over the life of the firm, this firm, net income was 10, cash flow from operations was 10, and accruals were 0. Because of the fact that over the life of the firm, net income and cash flow from operations are equal, that means over the life of the firm, accruals are 0. And that further means that if you have small accruals early in the life of the firm, so the negative accruals in year 1 are going to reverse and become positive accruals in year 2. So accruals are going to reverse. If you have a big accrual in 1 year, it tends to become a small accrual the next year. If you have a big negative accrual 1 year, it tends to be a big positive accrual the next year. So what this means is that if we manipulate earnings by manipulating accruals upward, that upward manipulation tends to reverse in the next year. This in turn means that it's very difficult to sustain earnings manipulation because the manipulation tends to reverse over the next year. So we'll come back to this when we discuss the cash flow statement.